Today, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds announced that 4 community colleges will get Career Academy Incentive Fund grants, and that includes one in Northwest Iowa. Northwest Iowa Community College in Sheldon was awarded $1 million to build a regional education center in Rock Rapids, Iowa. The college will work closely with partnering school districts like Central Lyon, George Little Rock, Sibley Ocheyedan, and West Lyon to help bring higher education closer to students where they are.
We have wanted to project learning opportunities throughout our 4.5 counties so that no student would be further away than a 30-minute drive from a hands-on, face-to-face training opportunity.
The initial goal will be to offer some educational opportunities starting as soon as the fall of 2027. College officials hope to get the facility up and running in 2028. Today at the Iowa State House, 2 of the expected frontrunners in the state's race for governor both took the next steps in their campaign, and they both had some attention on each other. Iowa political director Dave Price joins us from Des Moines tonight. And Dave, the way this worked out, both Republican Randy Feenstra and Democrat Rob Sand stopped by the very same place today.
That's right, Matt. Same place, different time, but same purpose. They both had to turn in the names of the Iowans who had agreed to put those names on their signatures in their campaign for governor.
I think we've done 85 stops now, but it's listening to people, listening to Iowans, making sure that I'm earning every single vote, and then also telling them this great vision of where we want to take this state to new heights.
Randy Feenstra would be the perceived Republican frontrunner in this race for governor as a former state senator and a current member of Congress. He showed up with a few dozen supporters at the Iowa Secretary of State's office to turn in the paperwork to get on the June Republican primary ballot. He told us that he turned in more than twice as many signatures as the law requires. Now, about 3.5 hours later, the Democratic frontrunner, the state auditor Rob Sand, came into the same office to turn in his signatures for his own campaign for governor. Sand told us that his campaign collected a record amount of signatures for anyone who's ever run for statewide office.